Hey, hello all. Welcome to Automation Coder. You might have faced an unexpected window issue. So while automating some processes, you may face unexpected windows. So in that case, you will have to first of all identify Windows header, and then you'll have to identify a default behavior of that particular window. So in this case, I don't have any live scenario here, but I have just created a macro which has a window in it. So I'll just demonstrate it. Here you can see I have added three commands, and let me just demonstrate how it behaves. So the first command opens an Excel file. The second command runs a macro. So here you can see this is a macro button. So if I want to get rid of this window, I'll have to click on this OK button. But look at player window as well. It is stuck on line 2 because it is just trying to run a macro, and we have a message box and kind of a human task in our macro, so that is why it is stuck on this particular line. So if I will click on OK button, then only it will move further. So I'm just going to click on OK, and there you can see we got a successful run. So just assume that macro window was an unexpected window for us, so we may face such issues while running a bot. So how can we handle that particular part? So to handle such scenarios, we need to take help from VBScript. I have a one VBScript which will identify header of the window, and then it will send some keys on that window. So here we can see I have created a do while loop for 10, and I have added a delay of 500 milliseconds. So it means this script will run in the background for 5 seconds, and it will just try to identify whether there is any window with the name of Microsoft Excel. If that window is exist, in that case it will active that window, and then it will send some keys on that window. So we are just trying to hit an enter on the window because I have identified the behavior. So whenever this windows pops up, by default OK button is selected. So we just need to click on enter, and that's it. So I have added some message boxes as well. So we'll enable those message boxes here, and then we will open the Excel file, navigate to macro. I will add in this macro, and let's see, this is a message box. I'm going to run this script first of all. So here you can see it's the first message box, second message box, third message box, fourth message box. And now let me just enable that window. This is the way we can enable. So I'm just going to run the macro, and yeah, we have this window, and the default behavior is OK button is already selected. So now let's navigate to macro button. I'll click on OK. So it has identified that window, and then we are done. So this is the way you can get rid of any window. So you just need to identify the header and the default behavior of the button. So in many cases, you may have a yes and no button. So in that case, so suppose if you want to click on no button and the default button is yes, in that case, you just need to send right key. So it will select no button, and then you can send enter key. So it will click on that no button, and that window will go away. So now let's add a command there. We just need to run a script before calling the macro. So I will select application command. So now let's disable those message boxes to save it, and the location is there. Now let's implement this script in our code. So I'll go ahead with the application package. So we need to run this particular VB script before calling the macro. So as you know, this script will be running in the background for at least 5 seconds. So you can increase that time by increasing this timeout or else this. So this 10, We are going to run this loop for 10 times, and this 500, that indicates that's a 500 milliseconds. So the multiplication of 510 is 5000 milliseconds, that is 5 seconds. So this script will be running in the background for 5 seconds. So now I'll be adding the path of that web script. Now I will trigger this bot. So we got success run here, and as we can see, it has managed that unexpected window as well. So going further, if you would have such a windows, you just need to change this to your header, and you can add multiple keys if you have a different buttons. So going further, if you want to handle other applications, in that case, you can just change this header, and then you can pass necessary keys to it, and it will close the unexpected window. Thanks for watching.